Welcome to On the Branch.
Hey, welcome back to On the Branch.
We're playing Megaman X. This is one of my all-time favorites.
I played it a couple times.
It's one of Innick's all-time favorites, and he's not here. He's going to be so jelly.
I don't think he'll be super jelly. I mean, it's a really short game.
Especially because this is the second time we played this game on the Branch. Secret.
Technically.
It's a secret. It's not a secret.
The very first game that we ever recorded to try to do for On the Branch was this game. Yeah. And unfortunately, it was fucking terrible.
It was so bad, we threw it away. It was edited, it was ready to upload, and it was just so awful. We said, nah, we're gonna save the internet from this one. Let's have one less terrible thing on the internet.
I mean, we did the same thing with our initial air of Super Metroid.
We've done the first 2 or 3 months of this channel have been deleted. Yes, I mean, there have been a few games that
if people ask for it, we'll show it to them, but. That stuff's all private.
Don't ask. Actually, I think some of it's just flat out deleted. I'm pretty sure Super Metroid got flat deleted.
No, Super Metroid's still on there, because I had to go through it recently, actually.
So you want to tell us why we're playing this game today?
Well, we were originally, once again, in the woes of what the fuck can go wrong on the Branch. We were going to play Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Prince of Persia: Sands of Time is a game I love. By the way, we're letting everyone see the background because I want you to feel
like you're having a seizure.
How awesome it was when I was 10 years old and we first rented this game. Maybe I was 8. I was 8 or 10 years old, and this was the most graphically impressive game that had ever been made.
John, this is the internet. They don't care about what you did when you were 10 years old. I mean, I'm sure that there's a few select people, but you don't want to associate with them, and they belong in prison anyway.
But look at this. It like comes around and then whoosh, ching.
But yeah. So our copy of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, the GameCube one, now has gone missing.
Yes, the GameCube version has gone missing. However, we originally spent, 2-3 hours? 2
or 3 hours trying to get the PS3 remake version.
Yeah, the remastered version on the PlayStation 3, only to find out the PlayStation 3 will not allow you to record it. It has hardware that detects when you're
recording.
Yeah, video capturing, and says, no.
Sorry, you can't do that.
You are not allowed to, Let's Play channels are not allowed in the year of 2006 when the PlayStation 3 was made.
Because why would you want proof that you're doing something?
That's right.
That makes me wonder, oh, right, no, never mind.
I think it was so you wouldn't record movies on Blu-rays and stuff.
I guess?
That's gotta be it.
I mean, but you could do that on Xbox, right? Because Xbox would play movies.
Not Blu-rays.
Yeah, but no one fucking watches Blu-rays.
That's true. Blu-ray is the most successful failed format I've ever seen.
I mean,
the fact that it captured the market for what it is, and yet nobody buys or uses them because, let's face it, digital is just so much more convenient. It's a format that came out...
It's a format for old people.
Well, it was an early adopter format, or when it was an early adoption phase. It's something that people bought, but as soon as its mainstream adoption era came about... It was already time to buy stuff digitally or pirate it if you were, not so.
John, we don't pirate stuff.
Nobody pirates things.
No one pirates anything.
Actually, we have not pirated a single thing on the Branch.
No.
This is all original hardware. Well, sometimes we play on
emulator.
What would you call emulator consoles? The 2-in-1s.
But there's stipulations to that, like. In, the TOS or whatever, you're allowed to do that so long as you actually own a copy of the game or something, or...
Yeah, but no, every single game we've played so far has not been on an emulator, like software emulator. It's been on hardware emulators.
Yeah, the Retro Duo, I don't think really counts as a emulator, not in my opinion.
Oh, so quick question. How many Egoraptor?
Lemons, and that's it.
Okay. Well, the speedrun community even uses lemons.
Exactly, that's why it's permitted.
And I'm pretty sure I heard Is That a B on something on a GDQ recently.
Did they really?
I'm pretty sure somebody
I must
asked,
have missed
Is that a B?
I must have missed that. I don't remember.
Which, I mean, even you said Is That a B on the Kirby and the Crystal Shards.
A couple weeks ago or whatever it was.
When you and Innick were playing it. Oh, here's the bad guy. So should I try to survive, or should I just let him beat me down and make this
I thought
quick?
that was a thing that if you, got beat down too quickly, that it actually killed you.
No, he doesn't kill you. Come on, hit me harder.
No, I swear, there
Stop
was actually...
trying to hit me and hit me.
I swear there was actually a way, like, to die on this.
Oh, you can intentionally run into him instead of the little zappy thing he sends at you and die. Yes, that has happened. Oh, we didn't get to the best part about when we were trying to play Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Which part? Because there were a lot of parts.
While we were towards the end, and you were parked in Jamie's parking spot in our driveway, and so we hear just outside like a tugboat.
Oh, right. Whatever that was.
And we were like, how did Jamie get her car horn to do that? That's amazing. Because she drives a minivan, not a like a big truck with an air horn. It's submarine, exactly.
I didn't know we had a fucking train over here.
And we never figured out what it was. Our best guess is that it was a semi on the other side of our house, because our residential street like butts up against like the main thorough residential street in the area.
There's a dead street between here and the other side of the community.
Well, not the other side of the community. The community to the south of us, yes. And so
trucks will just stay there.
Yeah, trucks will park there overnight, big semis. And I don't understand what those semis are doing there, because it's not like we're near a major... I guess we're sort of near a major street, but you would never think to park there. It's got to be like short runs, in town usage, and it's the people's like...
their own semi or whatever.
Yeah, their company's semi, and they just take it home because it's more convenient than
parking it and then bringing their own car. And
exactly.
So you're in Chill Penguin stage
so
already.
So who's making these robot bats? Tell me that.
They make themselves.
Robot bats make themselves? Like when a mommy and a daddy
when a mommy robot bat and a daddy robot bat love each other very much, they decide, let's just make another one of us because we're fucking cool.
So am I not doing, like... I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not great at this. But for having about 1/10 of a second of lag that we have on this setup, I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Until I said something, until I decided to brag about it.
That's why you don't talk about this shit, John.
I'm like, I'm doing really good. I've only gotten hit a couple times.
I'm doing really good, considering the fact that
I mean, for a casual person that's, just played the game a dozen times or so. I'm trying to scroll past the text, and I
good job.
Started a little too soon.
You did it.
I did it. Oh, should we have waited for all the text? Should we have voice acted this? I feel like anybody that has played games knows what he's saying.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm fat Dr. Light here, X. Have some boots because...
I'm long dead.
Because you like boosting.
I thought it was more like, hey, nobody's going to take this game seriously unless we tie it in with a few other things from the old franchise. So, here's Dr. Light.
Hope you liked him. You'll see him maybe a couple more times.
Yeah, you see him 3 to 4 more times. 4 if you go and get the Hadouken.
Right.
We're not getting the Hadouken, are we?
I don't know. Do you want to get the Hadouken?
No, not really. It's time waste.
Then don't get the Hadouken.
For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, if you get everything 100% in this game, and then go do this stupid quest, you jump into a pit.
You kill yourself 4 times.
4 times.
It's a suicide quest.
Yes. Well, you don't have to suicide, but it's most efficient to suicide. Anyway, you do this quest, and you get the Hadouken, Ryu's Hadouken from
because this is a Capcom game.
Because this is a Capcom game, and it's an instant one hit on any enemy in the game.
So long as you're at full health.
Including, the final boss. Yes, you can only use it if you're at full health.
So if you get hit once, you're fucked.
And it's a cool Easter egg, but it's time-consuming to go collect. I think when they do 100% runs, speedrunners, it's still worth it to get because of how fast you can kill bosses with it.
Yeah. Well, the last few bosses. Because you can only use it once you've beaten, all the main bosses.
Oh. Somebody needs to tell this guy to chill.
John.
His name is Chill Penguin.
They saw...
I made a joke.
They saw when the boss title thing came up and...
So you didn't have this game as a kid, but he always reminded me of the penguin from the...
Batman?
Batman Returns, specifically. I think
Danny DeVito?
Yeah, the Danny DeVito. He's got that weird tank on his back. What is that tank? It looks like... Is he a I think he is a firefighter in canon.
I don't know, because... While I did watch Batman a lot when I was a kid, I seriously don't fucking remember, any of it. Beyond, the random, Batman Beyond crap that
Punched
I know.
him in the gut.
Like the Batman Beyond Static Shock crossover and all that stuff.
There was a Batman Beyond Static Shock? You mean the Justice League one?
No, it wasn't Justice League.
No, it was the Justice League episode where he has to, like, stop Superman. That was the only crossover that Static Shock was in Batman Beyond. Which was a great cartoon, by the way.
Batman Beyond or Static Shock?
Both. Don't deny, Static Shock was a good cartoon.
I'm not denying it.
And I'm older than you. I should be the one
by
denying this.
3 years.
Oh yeah, Storm Eagle next. Because we're casual scrubs.
Yeah, we're not doing things
in the fastest possible order.
We're not speedrunners. We just like to think that we could do that one day.
Actually, Jamie and I have very strongly considered starting to speedrun, like as a couples event, because we tend to just sit across from each other playing computer games or doing internet stuff without interacting
Speedrun
with each other
DDR.
For a whole night. You can't speedrun DDR.
Speedrun DDR.
There's no way to speedrun DDR.
I'm
you
sure
could,
you could find
demo
a way.
DDR.
Speedrun DDR, do it.
No.
Make it happen.
Well, one, I would need to buy a DDR machine, which is...
Isn't that on your plan of things to do?
Yeah, next house we move into, I'm buying a DDR machine. They are so cheap now. They're down to $500 if you want to get a fixer-upper, and I could fix one of those up. I have the know-how.
Hooray.
But
How
no,
much are they new? Curious.
Like $500 for a garbagey one. New ones are like $10,000. Like
Jesus
new from
Christ.
Japan, they're $10,000 or $15,000. If you want to mint like Still and Crate in the Groove 2 dedicated cabinet, which is like the pinnacle of 4-panel music
DDR,
rhythm gaming,
yeah.
I think those are like $15,000 now if it's like still wrapped, like, you know, mint in box effectively.
So no one ever buys mint in box.
There are very few left.
And that's just
Most
because
of them
they don't
have
really
been
make
opened
them.
and used. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They haven't made those in 10 years.
Why not? Like, just they're
Well,
not as popular.
because Andamaro made them, and it was a license with Roxor, and technically those were not legal to produce. Like, they supposedly had infringed on the Konami's trademark for DDR. Not for the 4 panels, mind you. Actually, it was a patent on arrows scrolling to a target. Like anything scrolling into a target. Like, so you know how the thing scrolls to the target in Rock Band or...
Yeah.
Yeah. They're paying licenses to Konami to be allowed to scroll a thing to a target at the end of a track. Because apparently that is a patentable thing. It's not, like, legally if you look at the law, it's not. But it's pretty hard to fight a multi-billion-dollar company when you're a little tiny startup.
Well, there is one good thing about that, though.
What's that? Oh.
If Konami keeps trending what it's doing right now, Konami's gonna fucking end up in a goddamn hole in the ground.
Well, Konami owns that game now. Like, part of the settlement of the lawsuit within the Groove was they now own the property.
Yeah, but Konami's about to explode.
Yeah, they're not doing too good for their fans.
They're self-destructing.
And fast.
One of the things that I had heard was apparently it's like, and it's one of those things that's like, who knows if this is actually a real thing. Supposedly the Yakuza are just like putting Konami out of business because they don't want to deal with them anymore.
I don't know if that's true. What
I mean,
would they be causing them to be worse?
Making bad decisions, like when in the article that I was reading about, it was like when Microsoft bought out MSN Messenger, and then MSN started doing like really retarded things that you wouldn't want to do, and just to make people move over to Skype.
Huh. Oh, so you mean when they bought Skype and they wanted to get rid of MSN?
Yeah, basically. They just made people hate MSN, so that way they could scrap it and make people use Skype.
And yet Skype is way worse than MSN ever was at this point, because it's a, 14-year-old product that hasn't added a feature in 12 years, and yet somehow requires a patch every 3 weeks, and still crashes and has memory leaks.
Yep, and that's why I like Discord.
Yeah, you keep telling me to install that. This episode is sponsored by Discord.
We're not sponsored by Discord.
We're not sponsored by anyone.
I think Discord is open source.
See, that's the thing. When you're as
don't quote me on that.
When you're as big of a whore as we are, people don't want you.
I will do literally anything for money.
And that's why we don't get anything. Okay, I have to be serious here because we don't have the sound loud enough for me to hear where he's coming from. Because you can hear what direction he's coming from. And your response times are better to audio stimuli than visual stimuli.
Even when they're delayed?
Yes. Well, it's only about
Will
a
you
tenth of a
fucking
second.
land?
Yeah. There he goes.
Jesus
Watch, he's going to
Christ,
go right
you
back
shit.
up into the sky. He's going to hawk out. Like a Yoshi there. That's what it looks like he's doing
sound?
when he spits out an egg. That's the sound of him spitting out those eggs with birds in them. Where is he?
He's right
Is
there.
he gonna do it again? No, he's just gonna fire those at me, which I enjoy because
He's just gonna be like, "Hey, I'm an airman imitation. Enjoy."
Yeah. But he's a better airman imitation because he's got an outdoor
Because he can
arena.
fly?
No, because he's outside.
Because we're ascending?
Hey, in my headcanon, airman can fly. He points his fan like down at the ground and just propels himself.
I don't know if that's flying though, because that's more like a helicopter.
Well, isn't that the sound you would make?
I don't know. But are we flying, ascending, or are we like flying sideways?
I think we are going up very fast because watch. The explosion happens, he blows up.
Shouldn't we have hit like the atmosphere by now?
And now, you mean the edge of the atmosphere? Maybe
Yeah.
not. I mean, it's 100 years in the future. Maybe greenhouse gases have really thickened it up. Who knows?
Yeah, like the atmosphere is actually a lot bigger? Yeah, I doubt it.
Well, you know when we'll find out if that happens?
A couple hundred years?
No. Next time.
Oh.
On the branch.
That's really soon for the atmosphere to go away, John.